Hello, Denise here, Junk Journal Junkie UK. Nice to see you again. It's afternoon. I have been waiting for the horrible cloudy skies and the rain to go away. See if it'll be bright enough for me to film, but it doesn't look like it's going anywhere, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to make the most of what light we've got and hope you can see okay. So just popping on to share a bit of the Flower Fairy Journal with you, do a little bit, nothing too heavy today, have a nice easy one. So this is a journal, if you remember, from, I think it was only yesterday's video, yes it was. And I have stuck in, we're still in view there. No. I have stuck in the front pocket that we were working on, and I do think it needs something there, but we will embellish once we've done with all the pockets and things. Just move this out of the way. And you'll probably spot that I've put the bunny that I was going to put in the back in the front and vice versa. I just felt, I actually stuck this in first. This is a pocket that we did last video together. I stuck this in first and then I thought this peachy kind of colour goes better with this, and the blue in the back goes better with the other tag and pocket that we made. Okay, so this is what I want to work on today. If you remember, we said we was going to put these in, and I'm just going to back them. I've brought some papers here to stick on the back. That's all we need to do. Put some papers on the back and put them in, and they'll be fine, because I think because it's a nice strong book now, we can put something else in front of it as well. This is the only thing I've done, I think, without you, apart from putting those pockets in, which I said I was going to do, and it's because it was really tricky now to get my head over the top of it and make it line up, etc. If you remember, that was the front page of the book that said, still says it under there somewhere, it's got the title of the book anyway, so I thought I didn't want to put a big pocket on and cover everything up, these lovely fairies and whatever, so I thought a side tuck would be the thing to do, and that is the side tuck that we made together when we were doing the ephemera. Put my ephemera box away and I need it now. Let's have a look. Don't know what's going in it yet, but let's dig one out. Oh, that's an envelope, so it won't be that. Although you could put an envelope in it. Let's just grab this. So it'll have something in there. Longer, obviously. So that's just a pretty side tuck that we made. It's quite heavy as well, so it's on a nice strong book page. We're going to do this today as well. So if you remember, this was going to be a flip out. All I've done is stuck a tag on it. We're going to put it on in 3 sides, and that's going to have something in it as well. So hopefully we'll get to stick that in today. I'm just going to the back to show you the other pocket that we stuck in. Nothing new here. I've seen all these. I do keep pressing them down as I'm going through it, and it is starting to get used to being open with all that extra bulk in the signature there. Yep, so that's the other one that we're I just put a couple of tags in there that I thought might go with it. So that's the pull out that's going there. And I just thought there's a few bits that are orange, a few pieces orange, yellow. And there's not really any yellow in the book, but I thought those, I think they're ducks, I want to say ducks. Bills are yellow, so I thought they might go in there. We need to put something on there to balance the tip out we're going to put on the other page, but we'll get to that later. That's the other one we're going to fill today. And there's what the back looks like. So this is the blue tag. I just put a crocheted circle on there. If you remember, it wanted something and I couldn't think what. So there's Mr. Big Bunny in the back. See what I mean about the blue going with the blue better and the pink with the peach colour. Okay, so we are going to fill these 2 pockets. Well, start to fill them. We're just going to put some backing on here, which is nice, easy crafting. And then we'll see if we can get the other 2 flip out stuck down. And I just save you listening to me going through and picking bits of paper out of my scrap box. I just grabbed 3 that would fit on there, and 1 big one that I think will fit on here. just so that people can journal on them if they want to. It needs inking though by the looks of that. Mine's screen, yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you saw, but earlier this morning I put up a video for a giveaway for subscribers for the 50. I'm at 48, I'm not at 50, so I'm hoping that by the time that I draw it in a week's time, that I will be at 50 subscribers. If not, whoever enters it in the meantime will draw it anyway. So the prizes. The giveaway is either some book fairy pages, which a few people have told me they'd quite like to get their hands on, the fairy book pages, or a little notebook journal that I've got in my stash that I'm kind of was learning on, one of the first things that I made over a year ago now. Obviously I understand if you don't want to enter the giveaway, it might not be things that you want. Do please keep commenting though and saying hello and introducing yourself to me, even if you don't want to be in the giveaway. It would be nice to know who's subscribed and who's watching. Unless you're shy, I understand, but I'd like to meet you and chat with you. Meet you virtually, that is. Okay, so I think we probably need to put something over that little bit of sewing. It doesn't offend me particularly, but it might somebody. Let's have a look what we've got. And we're going, doesn't matter what colour we go with. Word or a ticket. Just looks a bit odd just stuck on there, whereas a word might. And it's up the top, isn't it? So we can put it on a bit of lace. So what do we want? Inspire. What does that say? Collect beautiful moments. Let's have that. I like the sound of that. What shall we put it on then? Paper or lace? I wish you could tell me. I'm thinking paper. I've got anything in the bottom of here. Ooh. Right, stop getting sidetracked. No, there isn't anything in the bottom of that. What have we got in here? All sorts of things that we shouldn't have. These are just all cut off bits from the books. If I cut something out and there was a nice bit just left behind. It's just like a flower that got, now you can see through it, although you can't with that on. Can't pick anything up. When I printed out some tracing paper, that's the word I was trying to look for, tracing paper digitals, and this one got a bit smudged. It's nice, but I'm not feeling the black on it. I think we might have to go for a bit of lace. We can never go wrong with a bit of lace. So what have we got? We've got pinks, so we can go cream or pink. That's a nice piece. It's thick. Are we bulky at the top? Something bulky on the other side. We are a bit. Let's go for something a bit thinner. I think I might have too much to choose from, could be the problem. I've got a piece of that velvet that's on the cover. Oh, that's too much. I think pink. We're very creamy and neutral, aren't we? Let's have some pink. There we go, there's a little piece. Dear. So I knocked a little tub of material on the floor, and then for good measure I knocked the leg of the tripod, so job was a good one. I'm not feeling that label. I think that's the problem. I might have to get my drawer of things out. What have I got here? Imagine. I really want something that stands out a bit more. Thankful. What do we think? Yeah, I think that's the one. Gosh, that took long enough. I'm just putting this on Fabri-Tac because it's the stitch in there which sometimes things struggle to stick on, and the lace as well. I'll just put a little bit on this while it's, in fact I won't, let's not waste it. Let's put some Pritt stick on it because it'll all be coming through what I've put on already, so that will help that thankful stick. No, I don't want it all stuck on the bottom standing up, but I do need a little bit under there after all. Don't want that bit sticking up. Just hold it a moment. Then it needs another ink on the back, I think. Lid on that. So I don't know if I told you or not, I ordered the I gave in and ordered the darker brown distress ink, so I've got, I can't remember which one it is now. I think it's the walnut stain, which is quite a dark one, isn't it? On its way, should be with me next week, so that'd be nice. Yep, so should we feel like it at the end when we start blinging everything up? Didn't we say she went in there? Yeah, she does. Might have to trim her down, I don't know. We might put more on there and perhaps something on here. I want to leave this page for journaling, but it just feels a little bit too plain. Depends if we put something in front of that as well. Maybe just something down here. Okay, so where was the other one? Right at the back. Oh dear. And we're putting all the two little cutie ones in here. The seedlings, yep. So rather than just one big piece here, I've pulled out 3 little ones just for a bit of interest and to use up my bits and pieces in my scrap box. Yep. Let's do it. It's on the blue page. Which way do we want it? Yeah, that one. I'm very nearly out of my tea and coffee dyed paper now. I really should have done some when the weather was beautiful last week. It would have dried in no time, but I didn't get round to it, so as soon as the weather turns nice again, I shall be out in the garden with loads of paper, hopefully. Look forward to that. Right, I've got dry wipes out, or wet wipes out. They're nearly dry but not quite. With it having the stitching on it, I don't want to use the card, the loyalty card or whatever. Hand tool, as Pam at Paper Outpost would say. Okay. Am I going to bother tearing that? No, we'll just make it nice and easy and just go for it. That's very sticky. Ugh. So another day, another camera angle, kind of. So you're at a different angle. Oh, that's a nice side. Never mind. You're at a different height, a slightly different angle. You're getting closer to what I'm doing. I'm getting further away from it at the moment, which is fine until I forget what I'm doing and I start dragging everything close to me, and then you won't be able to see anything. But for now, I've got my mind on the job, I think. And I can, if I crane my neck, just about see into the camera as well to see what's on view, which can only be a good thing. Yeah, you see, things don't like to stick on top of stitching unless you really force them. This needs inking, I think. Probably that did. I think this has been done a little bit, but not enough. Okay. Nice relaxing bit of easy collaging to start me. Well, I won't say start me crafting because I have been doing some bits, but nothing much to ease me into it. I've got a lot to do. I'm going to do the Edith Holden file folder project with Tanya at Tassie Treasures. She's starting on, I think it's the 2nd of July. It's definitely one of the first few days in July anyway. And she's using ephemera that she's been making for a while. I like that on there. Whoops, and I haven't made any of it yet. I've cut the book up and started fussy cutting, and that's about it. So I've got quite a bit of that to do. So you might see some of that when, some of the prep, when I've finished with this. You'll definitely see the file folder as well, parts of it. I'm not going to do a start to finish with you, but you'll see parts of it as I'm working on it. So many other little things I want to do and share with you at the same time. So, right, you should have put some fabric tack under there. Stop gossiping. You can't do two things at once. So yeah, a few interesting things going on. I know there's a few people getting ready on YouTube, a few other YouTubers, to do the same thing with Tanya, so there should be a lot of it, should be fun, should be a lot of it about for us to see. I definitely know that Ali at, oh gosh, Crafty Ali Creates, I want to say. I'm pretty sure that's it, but I'm sorry if I got it wrong. I know that she's just started doing her ephemera for the same thing. That doesn't want to stick in there. And somebody else who I've just been watching, fairly newish YouTuber. No, can't remember. But like I say, I bet there'll be a lot of people doing it, so it'll be an interesting project throughout July. Yes, now I do need my cloth. I'm going to try this half dry, half wet wipe. You see, that was only paper to paper, but with the stitching underneath it, it just does not like, it's not a flat surface, I suppose, is it? That's quite a thick piece of paper as well. That. Okay, so this one is very grungy. It's very torn and ripped and distressed around the edges, shall we say. When we do the flip through and go through the book, if it really looks too grungy for the rest of the book, I can trim round it, tone it down and pretty it up a bit, but for now we'll leave it and see if it'll blend in. I think it will, but you never can tell till the end. Okay, lovely. So we were going to do this. So I just backed it ready because I needed the glue to be set and dry before I put it onto the book, otherwise it would be sliding everywhere. So I think, was that the page it was going on? Oh, shouldn't have taken it out, should I? I know it's going opposite this one. Huh. Yeah, I think it's that one. So next to the pink lace. Oh, pink lace, and then that one's there, so it must be this one. Is that the one I was in anyway? I can't remember now. So we want to flip that way, don't we? So it's going slightly opposite direction to the book. And I'm quite a way away from it to do this. Can you still see? Yeah. because as you can see it takes quite a lot of the page up. I thought there was lace on that page, then it's just peeping through from the one behind. Okay, so the 3 sides I'm doing is there, there and there. Is that right? Yeah, and we'll have something tucked in there, and when we pretty it up we'll put something on there. Okay. Yeah, there, there and there, so the blue stripy side is free. I know I've done that 3 or 4 times, but when I put the belly band on, the side tuck earlier, I did that, found out which side I wanted to not put glue on, and that was the first side that I glued. So I had to wipe it off and go and have a cup of tea while it dried. I'm very good at doing things back to front and wrong way around, even off camera, so I can't blame the stress or the nerves of being on film. I put things upside down, back to front. I don't know if I'm just too eager to get something down, or let's put that under there. What's the best way to do this, because I've got my arm round the tripod here. Oops. Squeak. I really need a wet wipe, dry wet wipe. But I haven't got one. I've got a piece of material. Hopefully no glue will be coming out. It's just it softens the pressure. Okay, let's turn that back. Oh. Oh, I don't think this will be a camera angle that's staying, because I've got a right crick in my neck already. So yeah, when it's stuck, that's it. That will be a nice. I couldn't decide whether to put a notch in it, and now I'm wishing I had. But whatever goes in it will be, that's not a bad fit actually, sticking out the side. So it'll be obviously something in there, perhaps with a piece of lace or whatever. That just needs to stay open and dry a few minutes. So, how long have I been filming? Will we get the other one done? Let's put this on here and do it that way. Oh. Like I say, I don't want it to be a really long video. I know sometimes you're in a mood for a long video, but often they just go on too much. Just train the pages a bit as I work my way through. Do that as a whole. We're nearly there. You can just see where it's a little bit twisty there, but okay. So let's take they're the 2 tags that I just thought were very yellowy. Remember that one came from a kit, not a kit, just a few fairy pieces that I think was Home Book and Treasure, but I'm not sure. And this one we made together using up basis, and it's quite a thick piece of cardboard, that, so cardboard, chipboard, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this feels like a fairly strong piece of paper, and it's quite a big fold. I quite like being able to read the story a little bit on the back. Now we must get you dry, so it's about these fairies. So yeah, if we just, I think it is plenty strong enough. We don't put anything too right, notch or no notch. I'm gonna have a tab on there. Now I think we'll do the same as the other, because whatever we put in is going to be sticking out a little bit, and a notch might just weaken it, because I'm not going to strengthen it and add more bulk. So round there and leave this yellow line. Yes, clear. Oops. Nice and peaceful again, you can hear. Not surprising though, because it's fair raining. Oops, that was a bit wide there. I was doing so well, why did I go back round? Too late. It'll be a smaller pocket than I intended. Right, let's get these the right way up as well. Oop. Put some glue on it now. Let it dry a minute and then I'll come off with a rubber. I'll stuck it down nice and easy. Yeah. I think it might just come off with a bit of cloth because it only, that's it. It didn't get pushed onto it, it just got dripped onto it. It was only like a, yeah, so because I've put that glue there, it doesn't go quite as deep, but it'll be fine. That will go all the way in. This one's quite heavy though for that. I'm not sure, I think that's too heavy. Oops. This one would be okay, and perhaps something else that's, you know, just a couple of pages, paper pages thickness rather than the board. I don't think that one's in danger of sticking on anything, but we'll put some paper in it just in case. That would be annoying if it stuck to the page. Okay, what are we doing here? Excuse me. Now, that's quite close to the edge of that page. I might when it's dry, put some ribbon or lace or something on this side so it's not interfering with that. That's just giving it a little bit more strength or protection. Because again, it's a page that I'd like to leave for journaling. Obviously it'll have a little bit of something, but yeah, I think that will need lace. Okay, so that's going to be it for today, guys. I think that's enough for, oh, that piece is in there. It is starting to lay quite flat now. I keep having a squash and a squeeze at it. I was going to put some holes in here for closure before I put these on, but I decided by the time somebody gets it and fills it, I'm not sure they'd be strong enough for what may happen to it. So I think we want something lacy and frothy, a big wrap around it, is what I'm thinking at the moment. I won't know until it's finished and I can see how full it is, but you can see the thickness of the cover itself and the lace, and we haven't really got any pockets filled yet, so just those, and that one there, and that one at the back, and the two tip-ins or flip outs, whatever you want to call them. We've got a few more pockets to get in yet. I'll have another look through the ephemera. There's a few bits I want to get in there. I definitely want to get a couple of the envelopes in. I always put a little letter in saying, you know, a little bit about me and the journal and how it can be used and how it evolved. So I definitely want that one in because it's got that beautiful Flower Fairy page, and I think we might just clip that in. But there was one that came with the kit. Don't know where it's gone now. It's in there somewhere. I'd like to get both of those in, and I started to fill this little glassine bag that I made. It's not a glassine bag, but glassine bag-esque, with some little bits and pieces. The fairy dog, just to tuck in somewhere, so perhaps that will go in the other envelope for whoever gets the journal to have a little play with. So it's quite a bit of bulk still to go yet. Okay, lovely. So thank you very much for joining me. Remember, I'd love you to give me a thumbs up, speak to me in the comments, subscribe if you haven't, enter the giveaway if you feel like it. But thanks for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.